Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching. This is Risco in Tokyo coming at you with some more uh, Biohazard the Village? The Village? Let me get all the usual starting stuff sorted, because I gotta do that, because it's Twitch. Twitch is gonna screw something up, because it always frickin' manages to do that. But, no, we'll go to the mod mode. Just go to the mod mode. Because that's where we can see the magic happen. And by magic here, I mean, has it screwed it up? Yes, it has. Good job, Twitch. Twitch, you are just... You're on fire. I like the echoing because it takes me to, I don't even know. Like dead chat, except it doesn't have the mute on. And then I have to hear my voice for like a couple of seconds to get stuff sorted. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We was working on getting to the Heisenberg's factory, which I think is where all our forward momentum is going to come to a crashing halt. Actually kind of shocked at how quickly we're whipsawing through this game. Especially considering we usually spend like the first hour of every stream lost looking for crap. We are like actually kind of doing it. But Heisenberg's Fortress factory thing with the robot Nazi zombies, I remember that being a bit of a slog when I played the first time, and I would expect that to be similar this time. I see no reason why it should break character. Oh, Alice, how you doing? I hope that life is being very kind to you. I hope that you're not dealing with any more trash than you feel. Oh, Floppable! Hey to both of you. But I hope that you're both not dealing with any more trash than you feel like you can handle. Hopefully far less than you feel like you deserve to have to handle. Because sometimes we can give ourselves more. Oh wait, did you have the COVID? Oh wait, but you did? Crumbs. I know Hirunda had the COVID. I don't know, did we know that you had... Well, if you told me that and I forgot it, then I feel like shit. If you... Wait. Oh, okay, there's a large dog. Mentioned that you were sick the last stream. Oh, crumbs. Then I forgot that, and that's on me. You are... Look at this Muppet! Look at this fucking Muppet! You, my friend, are a giant Muppet. A week is a long time? No, you're, like, super cool. Don't worry about it. This is 100% on me, but I am glad that you're over it. Or, let me just, nearly over it. Because the COVID is like a big ball of no fun. I should not even be fucking with this thing, honestly. I should just pull up the Magnum. This Muppet. This fucking Muppet. That's a crappy Christmas present too. If you're someone who does the Christmasing, and even if you are not, that's pretty shit. Unless it got you out of having to deal with people that you didn't want to deal with, in which case maybe it's the best kind of Christmas present. Look at the haunches though. This Muppet has got haunches. I am eating so much shit. That's exactly what I was thinking. Be like, I don't have to deal... Wait, did you just kill me? Oh my god, this is like the second time we've died in this game. Oh, we're not dead. What? You just savaged my guts and like we didn't die, I guess? Not with the knife. Ethan, not with the fucking knife. Oh my god. What are we doing? Okay, I wanted to give it that kill. I'm not so good at small talk, so oh, I have COVID is great at fuck off, thanks. It would work. I don't have, as far as I know, I don't have the COVID, but I do have the early winter cough, and that made my shitty coworker grumble a lot and give me dirty looks the entire night yesterday. But also not make any attempts to talk to me. So I was like, you know, I'll take that. That's kind of a success. Alright, Muppet. Rolf of the Muppets fame, I need you to come out. Or don't. Like, if you're not ready to come out, if you don't feel safe, you don't have to. But I encourage you to come out. You're just hiding over there. Oh god. A small perpetual cough at the best of times. That is like a fucking mood. You're not a smoker either. That's not fair. Alice says the Spain landlord situation. It turned out my landlord would not call me because he was sick in the hospital for most of the month. Oh my god. I am so sorry to hear that. Oh, that's... I think you did mention that, probably. I think you did mention that you, Look, I need these guts inside my body, and, you're making that hard on me. I'm probably just gonna take the L on this one again, and just bring out the Magnum and fuck it up that way. I hate these things' faces. They look so fucking goofy. I ought to not smoke. I know that it would be better for me not to, but I don't see that situation changing anytime soon. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he was shocked and disappointed that I'd quit drinking. And he was like, "Oh, you should have just quit smoking." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I mean, but then I would want to kill people. And I don't want to kill people, so, you know, there's that." Fuck. Oh god. This is not the way! Ethan, this is not the fucking way! Alright, I deserve that. I quit drinking at the end of 2020. Nice. What is the way? Hive, pleasure to see you tonight, as always. To loop back, before I forget, because my brain needs to get skittery, Alice, I'm hoping that this means that the landlord is currently out of the hospital and is now in contact with you and things are moving forward, and also that the landlord is not dead. And the way, Hive, is to take out the Magnum and shoot it 3 times. Because that was the way that we killed the Muppet the last time, when I wanted to actually show you the Muppet. And I was like, oh damn, the Muppet just like fucking up and died. Oh, we've got so much shit. We've got to like get rid of all of this stuff. He got out and apologized for not calling me and said he's going to call me tomorrow. This is excellent. This is very, very good. And we look forward to... Hi, I can talk. We look forward to this being a positive result for you. Seeing you in the Spain. Okay, why are you not dead? I shot you 3 fucking times with magnum bullets. There you go. Okay, we have no more magnum bullets. Wait, I wasn't supposed to kill that thing? Oops. Because I just got a trophy pop. That big gray box that showed up on the screen for y'all, that was a trophy pop. So, yatta! I didn't know that that was not supposed to be currently killed. When you accidentally kill the super boss before you're done with the plot, I guess, and I'm gonna take it. Like, I'm 100% cool with that. I guess I must have just hauled ass away from it last time. Have we used this? We must have done, because it's got doesn't give us the marker. No, what do we got? The church has still got some secrets. I don't know what the fuck they are. I don't particularly care. There's a locked gate in the churchyard. It's locked from the other side. It's probably something with Dimitrescu's. And since that area is currently gated off to us, I think, can we not get to Dimitrescu's anymore? I'm not sure. It's possible. I mean, I could just give it a peep, just to see. And we should probably take a look at the Duke anyway. That goes up to, this goes to Heisenberg's. Oh wait, no, this goes to Dimitrescu's. Right. Drawbridge is up. So, I think that is gated off to us now. Which sucks, because we got the, we did end up finding the ball for that puzzle, but not realizing it until it was too late to actually do the thing with it. I got a broken slab? The fuck does that mean? Is it a treasure? What? What do you want from me, game? I don't need to play your inexorable, goofy-ass puzzles. I mean, clearly I do, that's why I'm playing, but... Oh, wait, that's just where we came from. Womp womp. The show must go on. Heisenberg is such a fucking douche. Do I really want anything from the village? I don't fucking know. Let's just do the thing. We gotta sell off some stuff at Duke's. Good luck. You'll need it. Listen. Excuse me? Oh, okay. You're just like a dead dude. Just... Wow! Wow, that is not how bodies work. Like, that's not... Is there anything in there? Because I noticed there's no legs. That's super... Yes? What? Did you just fucking growl at me? I don't even know. What do I do with you things? There's probably gonna be some zombos. That's what's growling. I really think that Capcom could have gone back and polished up the directional sound a little bit. Just a little bit. Because sometimes you just get shit and it's just like... It's not nearly as close as it sounds like. Oh. Oh, it's Pancakes! How you doing? I'm doing... I've been better. To be honest, I've been a bit better. But, better right now than I was this afternoon. And I'll take that. Yesterday was just a day at work. It was super busy. Everybody, like, okay, I don't get this, right? Everybody and their fucking mom was in to buy Santa hats. And, like... But why, though? Don't they have them from last year? You would think that they would just hold on to the Santa hat that they bought last year. Fudge. Thank you, Hive. I am as well. This afternoon sucked, but, sometimes the brain meats do be that way. I am a little bit cheesed that I didn't get, like, nearly as much done as I wanted to. But what I needed to get done was dependent on having a good mood. And that was not happening. Gotta collect them yearly, I guess. But that sounds really annoying. It was annoying, but, you know, it's like, it's retail. At least the customers weren't assholes. I didn't really have to deal with any particularly jerky customers. So I did appreciate that. And for the most part, like, I gotta say, for working retail, I've very rarely dealt with just straight up assholes. And almost exclusively it's been related to me asking people to put their masks on. It is, like, 'cause I've known people that have worked retail, like, in the States, and I've certainly read enough stories, like, online, that, like, retail can be a whole fucking thing. And I don't know if it's just the nature of our store, or... I don't want to say that it's being in Japan, because I've seen shitty customers in Japan. Just, I haven't been on the opposite side of the cash register. Retail in the States is a nightmare from what I hear. It seems like it. Like, it just seems god fucking awful. Hey, Wolfo. I cannot shoot for shit. And yet I somehow managed to shoot that arrow out of the air. Are you dead? I think you're dead. Like, I know that there's... I just sat there looking at it. I just ate that arrow in the face. I used to be an adventurer like you, and then I took an arrow in the face. Side note, I'm the proud... Ethan deserved it, he totally did. I'm the proud owner of Disgaea 2 now. Excellent. Excellent. I hope that it brings you much joy. I have pretty fond memories of Disgaea 2. I do not need mines, honestly. Flopple says, I'm just going to assume retail in Australia is awful because most of your customers are going to be Australians. Yeah! I mean, I can't... I shouldn't yeah that because, like, I'm not Australian, so I feel like it's a little bit out of my lane. But... I've met, like... I've met really wonderful Australians, and I've met absolutely shitburger Australians, and nobody in between. There's like, I've never met neutral Australians. And I don't know, like, if that's just my sample size, but it's kind of fucked up. Take it from us, the Aussies, that were terrible. Pancake says, I played the first chapter, and God, I loved it. Minor spoilers for the first hour and a half, but I was dying laughing last night. When it showed up saying that Axel fucking died and no one cared. It was unnecessarily funny for something so dark in a way. Axel is... I love Axel. Axel is like a lot of fun. He's such a goofy, just like knife of a character that I think that's how that's pronounced, Naif, like a very naive person. But yeah, he's very enjoyable. He's very full of himself. Hive says, Floppy, did I tell you how someone calling me when I worked at Beyond Blue was like, oh thank God, oh my God, oh God, Hive, no. Wow. Wow. I kind of just had to sit down, but I was already sitting down, so I had to just kind of like, wow, for a second there. That's... is in fact obscenely racist, yes. I'm so sorry that you had to deal with that, Hive. There's like really nothing else I can say to it. This is completely unconnected, but I do want to throw it out before I completely forget, which again is a thing that happens quite often. This is directed specifically at Pancakes. Pancakes, I can't recall, but did you like Persona 4 but really, really love Persona 5? Or did you like Persona 5 but really, really love Persona 4? Because if it's the first one, I might have a recommendation for you. Hive says, the only reason I hate dealing with offshored call centers is because they're not allowed to actually help me. They're just given a flowchart to follow, and if your issue falls out of the flowchart, they can't do anything, and then you're stuffed. And that's not their fault. Okay, that's fair. But, wait, hold on a second. I feel like I might have missed a connecting thread, Hive. Like, you were working, they were calling you, right? And were you technically offshore? Pancake says Adela and Rosalind have such a great thing going on. Also, the first non-tutorial level was grindable, so I really enjoyed it. I think you're gonna have a good time with it, Pancakes, I really do. And that makes me very happy to hear. Okay, see, this was like clearly my clever plan to lure them in closer, so I could blow them all up. Persona 5 is my current all-time favorite game. As years have passed, I don't really like 5 as much. It's super, but I think, it's great, but I think 4 is super. Okay. That was, the PS4 overlay cutting things off in a weird way. It's great, but I think 4 is superior to 5. Okay. I was watching somebody, like a YouTube today, who is kind of looking through all of the...
How do I get this door open?
How do I put it? Like, looking at Persona 5 through a specifically Japanese cultural lens, and like how it ties into actual like events and cases and things that were going on in Japanese society, and how like she's got like this full fucking series. It's like this giant series on every character. The video that I was watching was like specifically about the palace rulers and like how they were very intentional, very specific call-outs of things that had happened in Japanese society. And it was really kind of interesting as an overview because there were like cases that I had remembered because there were things that had happened while I was here in Japan, but kind of having them all bundled up in one place as opposed to spread out over 20 years of living here was really interesting.
There's gotta be a way.
Ethan, just like throw something at it. That's probably... channel name is... Give me 2 seconds, I'll pull it up. Lady Virgilia? Make sure I spell this right. Virgilia. Okay, let me put this in chat. The one thing that I would say that if you're watching like multiple of her videos, if you've watched any one video from the start, you could skip over like the first 2 minutes of any successive video because she kind of repeats the same spiel each time. Like, and when I say repeat, I mean like she's recorded this section and has just edited it into every single video. So it's like if you've heard it once, you will literally hear it every single time. Which the spiel is interesting enough to listen to once, but like not too much beyond that. Oh, there are so many wolves. Now there are significantly fewer wolves. But I think like the most interesting one to me was her latest one, which was specifically about like all the castle rulers. Okay, Isco, like you gotta stop fucking around for a little bit. Also, you have no more healing, so that's a problem. Yeah, I mean, if it's something that might be interesting to you. When I was watching, I was like, oh, I know Pancakes loves the Persona, but I couldn't remember like which one was your big go-to one. I would not like to make pipe bombs because I do not feel like they would be helpful. Do I have to kill all the wolfos? I bet I do. Are there many of you? There are. Oh my god, there are so many of you. Fuck off! Seriously though. That was supposed to be a guard. You did not guard, Ethan. You suck. Okay, he's dead. Oh, for fuck's sakes. 4 is my go-to, especially since next month it'll be widely available. I should finally try to play through 4 and actually beat it. I did not. God, Ethan, you suck so bad. Honestly, you are an embarrassment to your family. You're an embarrassment to your ancestors. You should feel deep shame. 4's a pretty good game, but I have some thoughts. But I do with a lot of Atlas games. I know 4 has got like there are definite issues specifically with Kanji and Naoto. I read, I think it was on Anifem, kind of going into how every character's arc kind of, how do I want to put it? Like, reifies the social expectations placed on them while giving the illusion that they've made progress. But I haven't played it. Well, I mean, like, I haven't played it through, so it's hard for me to say specifically. I honestly, like, I've edited Yosuke out of my brain. I just did not like Yosuke enough for him to make any real impression on me. The games themselves are very, very good. I remember, like, the boss of the video game palace being, like, very nifty, but also a giant pain in the ass. In my opinion, I think 5 plays better since his dungeons are actually handcrafted, but yeah. Oh, was 4 still doing the, like the random dungeon per night? 4 is procedural. Gotcha. The handcrafting in the dungeons in 5 is really, really nice. And it did serve to make those palaces memorable. The only, like, I remember the video game boss because it was the video game boss. And I remembered Kanji's palace because it was gross. But that's all I remember of those. Now, to Persona 4's credit, I don't remember anything of Persona 3. Like, I don't remember any details of the palaces. I remember exactly one boss, which is the Hanged Man boss, because it's kind of like a reverse Superman suspension, and I've done a Superman suspension, so, like, it kind of stood out in my mind. And Gun Jesus, and that there was, like, a dude who really liked meat. And I think I only remember the dude who really liked meat because he was in Persona 4 Ultimate. Fucking Gun Jesus. like Gun Jesus had like a loli who hung out with him. I think I remembered that. If you haven't ever get the chance, Persona Q games have no right to be as good as they are. Persona Q is the Vita game, right? It's not the it's not like PSP, right? Q was DS. I mean, I could probably get... I mean... I should probably rephrase that. It would be within my power, if not financial means, to get a DS. But, like, DSs are available. I like how everybody's just here with that information. Do you just not stagger? I'm actually kind of glad that we just rushed into the factory, because this is taking a bit longer than I expected. Oh my god, there are so many fucking wolves. You are not cool. You're not even like Jack Nicholson wolf cool, and that's saying a lot. Because he was shit. And Wolf was a shit movie, and there's no way that Wolf Michelle Pfeiffer would ever hook up with Jack Nicholson. Wasby! Yo! How you doing? It is wonderful to see you. I hope that you're doing very well today. Hope life is being relatively gentle. Persona series is a series of games, I believe. This is literally what I can contribute. Wasby, any contribution from you is appreciated. Because that means that you are alive. And a world with Wasby on it is a good world. I am doing better, and I am improving every moment that I'm in stream. I could be undead, you don't know. I mean, but, Wasby, that would still imply your continued both existence and ability to affect the material plane, but also the possibility of undeath, which is pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. So, I mean, I kind of feel like that's a double bonus. Okay, Ethan, there are, like, no haptics. I think it's because Ethan is both physically as well as emotionally numb. But this game has, like, no haptics to it, and I don't get that. Or it does, but they're random. Alice's shoutouts to my girl Alice, not me, the SMT demon. Like, Alice in SMT is just, like, goddess of death, light. And I kind of love that. I don't know why she's that way, because I never bothered to read the histories of the Personas after, like, the 3rd or 4th, because I just get tired. Oh god! Where the fuck did you come from, asshole? You are such a douche! Swear to god. Are you dead? Are they all dead? I have Alice in my roster in SMT5. Definitely a great character to have. Oh, there's still more. But wait, there's more. There's this jumping asshole. I should probably heal. Fine, game. I guess I will heal. Are we good? Oh, shit. How many of you are there? There are so many. Honestly, like, what was the population of this fucking village? Now, keep in mind, when Moreau, in his notes, when he was talking about how he made these fuckers, he's like, Mother Miranda gave me 4, 3 of them died, like villagers, 4 villagers, 3 of them fucking died, 1 of them turned into a werewolf. So, unless, wait, there's a big guy? Oh, fuck me sideways, I do not need this shit. Unless, like, he upped his formula making skills at some point and didn't maybe fucking tell us, which, I mean, sure, fine. I can respect that. His werewolf making juice has a 1 out of 4 success rate, and that's not great. Which means, like, this village has got more people than the town I grew up in. Resident Evil 7 and 5 is just the game where no matter how injured you are, you can still somehow attach limbs and shit for some reason. I know why the reason is. I have no problems with spoiling this, but I would like to hold on to spoilers just in case that there are folks who would like to be surprised. Wait, are you still alive? Wasby says, I keep wanting to get into SMT and Persona, but also the issues that certain of the games have, like, I can't remember what they are now. Oh, fuck off, iTunes! Sorry, that's not directed to you, Wasby. I can't remember what they are now, but that's because I've successfully blanked them. There are definitely issues, Wasby, with Persona games. No, don't restart. Don't restart. What the hell? Oh, okay, so the thing about the iTunes. So the thing with the iTunes is that apparently I set up two-factor authorization on the iTunes with my old phone, which doesn't exist anymore, and the phone number that was attached to that old phone also does not exist anymore. So now I can't get into my iTunes store account, which means that if I have iTunes like open on my computer, then it will flash the "could you please log in" prompt message box like every couple of minutes randomly, and I fucking hate that. Do not like that at all. No, why do you want me to restart? So I'm gonna have to find like some other MP3 player. Oh Jesus! Why are there? Oh fuck! We've got nothing else. We've got no juice. We need to make some juice. I have lime Kool-Aid. I am okay now. Look, every child will tell you lime Kool-Aid is not the best, but it does heal all wounds. Pancakes has big issues specifically in all of them, honestly. They can be very weird and uncomfortable at times, but generally are pretty fun and nice games. I'd say that SMT is great if you don't care much for religion, since it has you siding with God or Satan and edgy shit like that. I mean, we do love an edgy boy. Mostly I use VLC Media Player or listen to stuff on YouTube Bandcamp. Well, it's like I've got all these MP3s, Wasby. Like, I do own them, so I kind of like listening to them, and this is just me being a complete nerd, but I like that it tells me how many times I've listened to, say, Saccharine by Jasmine Bean. That pleases me inordinately. Not a perfect description, but I'd recommend SMT since it's widely available. I've never played any of the SMT games. I came into the series with Persona 3, and it was completely because I had underestimated how quickly the "that's edgy and therefore cool" factor would wear off for me. I did like the color schemes, though. It's a very Sutter Kane kind of game. I tried Digital Devil Saga first, and that was a mistake. Any particular reason that it didn't work for you? Do you have your own special musical sting? Like, for real? That's fucking cool. I would like to have my own personal music sting as well. It's a hard game for someone not used to hard RPGs. Okay. It's very much then, I guess. Look, the dude is just fucking a corpse. My man is just fucking a corpse. This is not... You know, I kind of feel like... this is not wholesome. We're just gonna move on. Ethan? He's hungry. If you want what you said he's doing, you gotta play Outlast. Everyone's gotta have hobbies. There's very few times where I would I would just go out and be like, get better hobbies, but this is definitely one where I would be like, get better hobbies. This is not a wholesome 100, Keanu Chungus. Those are words, and I know what those words mean individually. Oh, it's like, what are they called? A charcuterie board? Is that what they're called? Cutie sharks? It's spelled in one of those ways where it's like, it's not the way it looks. It's not said. There's not enough personal space in your inventory. Fuck off, game. You don't know me. You don't know me at all. I decide when there's enough personal space. Did you just honestly just pull that out of nowhere, Hive? Did you not have to look that up? I hate words pronounced differently than how they're spelled. They're rude and tricksy, honestly. Oh! You know, we got like all this explosive rounds ammo and we totally like just left the explosive round shooter in the village. That wasn't great. So let's hope that we don't need that. Cause I hear, oh my god, you are large. You are very large, my friend. Why, though, are you so large? I'm gonna put this mine here. You've got a big Santa beard. We should have done the stream yesterday. Honestly? Wait, you didn't even stagger? What the fuck? Dude. That's completely uncalled for and or rude. That makes me feel better about myself, Hive. I mean, I don't want people to get the impression that I'm not cultured. Even though it would be completely true. I am in fact not cultured. Santa? Santa? Oh, well, that sucks. They're gonna blow up my mines, and I'm gonna be unhappy about that. Wait, Grimjow Jagger Jaquez? Jaggerjack? Okay. That's fair. Hi says I was gonna look up charcuterie board, but then you said it was spelt different how you pronounce it, and I thought, oh, maybe it has a Q in it. The rest is the rest. It should, honestly. I feel like it should have a Q. That would at least be classy. What are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? That is not called for. My friend. My friend? Can we talk? Do I have a thing I could throw at you? Do I have a pipe bomb? I do. Look at that. I'm just gonna toss out all this shit. How about them apples? Bleach character names are weird. That's fair. They might all have had hippie parents. Because that's what hippie parents are good for, is giving their kids weird names. Everybody's got to be like Moon Unit, which honestly is kind of an awesome name, but it is still unusual. Oh. Look, I am... Where are your guts? Friend, I am just your guts, you should be wearing them like... I'm cutting you in the junk. Honestly, sir. Honestly, sir. Oh, that worked. That, you know, there you go.
Eat shit.
Ethan, you fucking suck. Ethan, you fucking suck. What? How do you suck the joy out of every fucking moment? How did you ever get married? It was one of those things, right? Where like you saved her so she felt indebted to you, so she had to marry you, kind of thing? Because who could stay with you? You joyless shit. I am so pissed. I am honestly kinda Os Hirunda. You chose an auspicious time to drop into the chat. Ethan, you are such a loser. How do you have this battle, this monumental battle against evil Santa Claus, and he's got a giant fucking hammer, and you're like you're down there like a little thing, and you're chopping up into his hamstrings and shit, and he goes down and he dies, and what do you say in the flattest fucking voice possible? Eat shit. I am pissed. They did that on purpose. They did that. They had to do that on purpose. Capcom had to choose that. That can't be, like, that must be a design decision. That's supposed to be foreshadowing the big reveal at the end of the game. I guess. I shouldn't be so hot about that. I really shouldn't. I'm not, like, throwing my controller levels of rage. I'm not, like, dancing around the room. But I am kind of, like, a little bit personally insulted. Like, Capcom's one claim to fame is that they can do things for fun. Did I allow the... Oh, you did not. But I did. Pancakes, sorry about that. Fuck you, Ethan, you're the most horrible protagonist imaginable, you soulless jackass fucker. Okay, I've missed most of the streams, and I've never finished 7, so I don't know shit about Ethan. Ethan is unknowable. Ethan is the tepid gray bathwater that is in the dark corner of all of our souls. Ethan is the thing that we all fear that we will grow up to be. Oh god, Ethan, just why? Why though? Well, you're doing it on phone though, right? Hedon says, won't be staying long. I have an interview for a local Korean fried chicken joint.
What?
I will give you,
Well done.
I'm sending my love and hope for your getting that job.
Just a little bit more, and you're all
I know that
wrapped
you've
up.
got the,
I'll lend you a hand. So in exchange...
In exchange, what?
oh, hold on.
First of all, come to me. Put all the flasks in the altar, and I'm sure you'll figure the rest out. See you.
Oh, I thought Heisenberg was going to be even more of a goof here. Shoot. I know that you've got your sights on the museum job, Hiruda, and I hope that does come through with you, come through for you. But as a stopgap for the right now, hopefully that this the fried chicken joint works out. It doesn't show automated phone at all. Okay. You've mentioned that before. Pancake says, what happened with your message? No, you're like, okay, Pancakes, it's not your fault because Automod is shit. Automod is like, it's just, it trips over its own feet. In your message, you got automodded for jackass fucker, which, like, please, honestly, Seriously? Seriously? That's not a thing that somebody should be auto-modded for. For bullying. Hive says, anyways, Moon Unit is a much better name than Tallulah. Tallulah does the hula from Hawaii. That's the legit worst name I've heard outside those two names. Those neo-Nazi parents name their kids. Oh wait, okay, the Tallulah is not from the neo-Nazi parents. I'm not gonna ask you what the neo-Nazi parents name their kids. I can only guess. And I'm sure that it sucks. Because they're neo-Nazis. Why would it not suck? Wasby said, Ethan is the blank slate protagonist, only unfortunately not silent. You're right, Wasby. I mean, you're not wrong. We got a plate. That's gonna come in handy. We got a boat. Get in the boat. I love that they give you a special prompt. I don't know why I find that so charming. Automod loves Ethan. I think they're cut from the same cloth, honestly. Get in the boat, Shinji. Get in the boat, Shinji, or Quaid is gonna have to do it for you. Now, would it be better if that was like Quaid before being bitten in half by Jaws, or Quaid after being bitten in half by Jaws? Because I feel like either way could work. Oh wait, no, his name wasn't Quaid, his name was Quint. It's funny because by the end of the series, people were all, don't get in the Eva, Shinji. Let it go, Shinji. For God's sakes, let it go. Wait. Did we just come from here? Wait, is this the bottom of Miranda's castle? What the fuck? I swear, Hive, I will sit down eventually and watch those. It's gonna take a while. Peggy says, reminded me of Disgaea 2 handled the tutorial where, like, do you want to view the tutorial? And the options were sure and hell no. That's very in, like, that's very in the Disgaea mood. Did something just hiss at me? Oh god. Are you guys even still alive? You're like the shittiest zombies. You're zombies I can kill with a knife. Honestly, I think it's kind of a brilliant stroke of metatextual authorship that it got to that point. Are you quite finished? Yes. I don't even know where we're going. Apparently we got the treasure under the stronghold, which... Sure. Why not? Fuck me. I guess that's the thing that happened. It is very charming. I do have to give that to Disgaea. It has a charm, and between like the charm and the character design is what kept me coming back to the series. And there is definitely something to be said for, like, I'm just gonna completely turn my brain off and just grind the item world for like a couple of hours and get every goddamn thing. Now, where did I need to do that? Where was the grenade launcher? Because we are back to the village. Hive says because it's like re-engaging in Evangelion ruined everything, and then everyone is, no, don't re-engage in Evangelion, it will ruin everything. And then he re-engages with Evangelion. These words are gonna stop having any meaning in about like a minute. And then he specifically re-engages with Evangelion to go to talk to himself about what his failings as a person are and what he hopes he and his fans will get out of burning Evangelion down. I'm glad that he exorcised Evangelion from his system. It does feel like he needed that. I plopped on my headphones and played music as I grinded a few levels at the start because I wanted my group to be a little over-leveled by the time I actually started playing. It was a great experience. Were you grinding in that tutorial bit, or were you grinding in like... Well, because the item world doesn't open up yet. You're not at that spot, I don't think. Because isn't it the item world always opens up by a vote, I think? I've only seen the original series and the movie so far, but I kind of got the impression that it was like Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5, more of a labor of spite than love. I've heard it said that End of Evangelion was a labor of spite, but it doesn't seem like, from what Hive's been telling us, that the Rebuild series has been a spiteful endeavor. Like, it seems like that there is an honest willingness to engage with the self in Rebuild. Where's the Duke? All I know is like Poochie shouts Zawaldo, and it was hilarious. That's like my one... That and like Asuka with an eye patch are right now the only current memories that I can actually draw up of Rebuild. Hive says the Rebuild series was a rebuild, and then he slipped back into his depression during the process of making them, and then he just decided it's best to make a definitive statement about ending it because it wasn't healthy. This is, like, I feel like that's growth. Peggy says, when I can fuck shit up early on, I know I'll enjoy it, and Disgaea 2 is exactly that. I could see it being in my top 5 or even top 3 all time. I will, I'm gonna cross my toes and hope that it continues to be something that you find enjoyment in. Where am I going? Why do I keep checking the map? Because the map is bunkum. The map is garbage and poop. I just want to find the Duke. I want to sell off some crap. I want to get the grenade launcher. Zabisto! Okay, thank you. It wasn't the Waldo Zawaldo, it was the Beasto. I knew it was one of those, Hive. But like, Mari, as fun as Mari is, she is also kind of Poochie.
It's
like
my
the
greatest pleasure
the
to
character
see you return
Poochie,
alive.
not like as a description of her as
Well
a
then,
character
feel
design or a
free to
person.
peruse. I'm skilled at all sorts of weapons modifications, and will do them for a small fee.
I... Can I... I can't make any of this shit. And that means I gotta keep on carrying around this meat?
To hunger is to be alive.
Isn't it, though?
Bits and bobs. I see.
Don't give me your shit, Duke. What else am I gonna do with this stuff?
Buy such things.
Zawaldo is Dio in Part 3 of JoJo. Gotcha. Poochie is a character in JoJo Part 6, funnily enough. Everywhere you look, it's just Poochie, as far as the eye can see.
Ethan.
Mari was interesting because she was the only one who piloted Evangelion for the joy of piloting Evangelion. But then she kind of became Poochie.
And buy it I will.
You're gonna carry that meat? See ya, Space Cowboy. I hate it, but it's true.
Your coin.
I'll just sell all this stuff.
Ah, Miss Angie. Just adorable. Porcelain dolls are very popular, you know.
Oh wait, we could add those together. We should totally do that.
Now to spend like kings. Ha 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 ha.
Sometimes Poochie is a stand-in for the director's wife? Hive! Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Could you unpack that a little bit for me? 'Cause is that a good thing?
Oh, you've brought in something special.
Because I feel like that's not a good thing. Is the thing.
Ah!
You need to watch Rebuild 3.0 and 1.10. Okay, just could spoil it for me a little bit, please. I'm going to ask you a specific question. Is this stand-in for the director's wife meant to convey something positive or negative? Because I kind of want to, I kind of want to know that. By the end of all things positive. Okay. So it's not like a backhand, like low-key diss of his wife. That's fine then.
Worry not. You can buy it back if you like.
When you brought that out, and I kind of had that impression, and it worried me a bit. This is also a shotgun, right? Yes. So I no longer need this shotgun. So this shotgun's gonna go away.
Do take care selecting your weapons.
Yeah. Now that's the shotgun, right, that I had. That's the gun that I had. That's a part for the M.
Looking forward to testing.
We can't buy any more briefcases, which kind of sucks.
Yes, I can see why you'd be interested in that.
We've got so much money, though.
One moment, please.
Like, we could
These
probably
hands are more
upgrade
dexterous
all of
than
our
one might
guns.
think. Delighted to. One moment, please.
Yeah.
What? Ah, it's fine. All finished.
What was that all about, Duke? Duke, do you have like some kind of secret knowledge about this gun? She's like the one who swoops in and is playful and flirty and free from neurosis, and by the end of the third movie, supportive of Shinji without any ulterior motives, and then by the very end of the movie, it's a moment that hit harder than it would have otherwise because of the cumulative weight of a decade and a half of Evangelion fandom on my part, and the mixed medium animated characters over live action. I remember you mentioning that like it ends particularly well.
Food is life.
Oh, I can't actually make anything. Okay.
Thank you for your patronage.
Now we are at the hour point, so I am gonna take a short break, just like a bit of a 5-minute break. I could actually use a good cry, but I don't know if Evangelion is gonna be the thing that takes me there, so we'll leave that. But I do want to get a stretch. I want to have some orange juice, hydrate my throat. I will leave the chat in Hive's very capable hands, and yes, I will be back in just 5 minutes. Get your cup noodle, put it in the... Wait, that's not how it goes. Get your hot water, put it in the noodle. Wait, just 5 minutes. Cup noodle. Yes, I am back, and I just missed Hirunda. Hirunda, if I did not just miss you, good luck on the job hunt. Thank you for dropping by for the stream, at least for a little while. And hopefully we'll have good news from you. And Pancakes says, I just remembered something. I have a positive announcement. I would love to hear a positive announcement, because as Hive says, positivity is definitely something that is a bit needed, and I would dearly love to end the stream. Not the stream. Not yet, at least. End the year on positive notes. Hive, I just saw your question on Discord, and I don't know what Iro means. Unless they're going for like a pun, like Iro, good color. I plugged it into gshow.org just to check, and it didn't come up with anything. Like, it didn't come up with anything, unless it's a slangy slang. But if I had to make just a straight up guess with no context, I would guess that it's a portmanteau. I was wondering because the artists that use it refer to it as good pen. I mean, that kind of makes sense. It's not the worst translation. Oh, I'm glad that I caught Hirunda before he left, at the very least. And Iro would make sense, except it's an inking pen and not a brush. Huh. That's weird then. Like I said, like I didn't pull anything up on a quick check of like resources at hand. It doesn't look like anyone's name. Oh, right. Before we did the altar, I wanted to go and grab that treasure, because other people's treasure is my pleasure, and the treasure is a giant fucking gun. And I don't know about you, but I would like to own a giant fucking gun. I mean, not in real life. I don't think that would be a particularly good idea at the end of the day. Oh my god, I found it in the Clip Studio Marketplace, and it is indeed is just good pen. Well, there you go. You got yourself a good pen. It's kind of a weird flex, but sure. Let's set our shortcuts, get those all sorted. You are gonna go there, and gun is gonna go there. Person's username is another flex, I suppose. EOEO. Okay, yeah. That does feel like a flex. A cute flex, but a flex nonetheless. I wish I could drop this knife. I can't even sell the knife, like it's stuck in my inventory. Good pen is right there in the description. Oh my god. Well, they're being remarkably upfront. Why the devs felt like they needed to replicate every bit of Resident Evil 4, I do not know. But I could have done without item Tetris. Honestly, like, yeah, it was cute the first time. Don't get me wrong. But There's a game out there that is just on Tetris. And, like, that would be fine. If that was the conceit of the entire game. It's like, yeah, you're going to play Item Tetris. Okay, I could dig that. But doing it in a game where the conceit is not the whole time you're going to be doing Item Tetris kind of sucks. This is reminding me of the time I accidentally murdered somebody in Oblivion and ended up with Dark Brotherhood knife in my inventory forever. It's like, we've got a better knife. I think the game doesn't recognize maybe that we've purchased this knife. But now that we have it, it's like, yeah, we own a good knife now. We don't need to keep the shitty one. Also, myrtled is a great word, and I 100% support its usage. Backpack Hero is good, Item Tetris is not. Honestly, yeah. Hyde says there's also a game where instead of organizing items in your attaché case, you're organizing cats into a grid. I love that. I don't know why, but that feels very Little Big Planet, and I can get behind it. Oh, I've got no sound now. That's cute. Like, I've got no sound. Oh, fuck. Don't do this to me. Thank you. Okay, good. Sound has returned. That game is called Cats Organized Neatly. There's, like, one of the throwaway movies in Infinite Jest is Portraits of Men Using Space Efficiently or something like that. And that's kind of the same energy. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait, what? What? We could stack items? Wait, or we can't? Maybe shit's already stacked? Like, we can't stack anymore? Because I think... Okay, I guess not technically? Next time we pick up... Well, but next time we pick up shotgun rounds, they're just going to immediately go to the shotgun rounds, right? Why would we... That's weird. Because there is this, like, stack items button, it looks like, on the far left of the options down there. And I'm pretty sure that that's indicating the touchpad. Because the D-pad just is moving us around. Yeah, like, we don't have anything that's actually stackable at the moment. Oh, yes, pancakes, yes. To make a long announcement short, I discovered in recent time that I am not non-binary, but actually just trans. Probably was in denial. I've been experimenting with friends, and I feel happier with this path than the non-binary path. It wasn't a fun discovery, but in the end, I think that this is what's best for me. Sorry for sending a long paragraph during a conversation. I did just want to let y'all know this. I meant to say this last stream too, but I forgot to. Pancakes! That is wonderful news. Any path that is moving you forward in life and is helping you find the person that you need to be in the ways that you need to express that is something that I wholeheartedly support. I would have given you just as much support on the non-binary path, or even if you had decided that cis was the right answer. It pleases me that you've discovered this. I am so very happy for you. And I can very deeply relate to the it not being fun part. 'Cause, yeah, like, the moment of discovery was joyous and momentous and fun and amazing for me, but the path to that point was kind of a lot. So, yeah, I really dig that. If there's... I can only speak for myself, but I do feel like I speak for the rest of chat here. If there's anything that we can do to support you in this, and I think I said the same thing relatively like the last time when you were talking about if non-binary was the right answer, but I will reiterate now to make it clear. If there's anything that we could do to support you, to make this easier for you, if there's names that you'd like to test out, if you would be more comfortable with one set of pronouns or another set of pronouns, like, let us know. I will make notes and make sure that you do get the support that you need. I feel this is definitely what's right for me. It's definitely a better path. But man, I can only describe the time leading up to it as mental torture, but I'm proud of this. Pancakes, I love that for you. Like, so much. I'm so happy for you. This is a time when I should have a webcam because I got my little fists up in the air. I'm doing like the fists to one side, shoulders to the other side, the only dance that I know. Doot doot, dancing for pancakes. Doot doot, dance. That's actually was probably a good choice because eventually Twitch will eat the message. So you probably chose a good spot to chop that in. Let me get my notepad out. So I have my notepad. Now, while you're doing the typing, I'm gonna doodle around with a little bit of progress in the... I've been using she, her, and the name Evelyn. And we all really like it, so I'll be using that from now forward. Then we shall as well. Yes. Notes are made. Evelyn, I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad that you've reached a point where you feel like you're making this positive progress, and I can only hope that, because we are kind of like living in the middle of it right now. I mean, not like me specifically about like my own personal journey or you about your own personal journey, but like the world is kind of a fuck right now. I can only cross my toes and hope that the world is a little bit less of a fuck in your locality, and hopefully globally moving on to the future. Dang, yo. Dang, yo. That is lovely news. That's a pretty damn good thing to end the year on. Honestly. Like, honestly, yeah. It means a lot that you share that with us. And that's a really nice thing to hear. Something just unabashedly happy. Yes. It really is, and that is quite scary. I hope things can get better. I hope as well, and to the extent that I can, I would like to work toward that. At least doing what I can here for the local situation, but it's, you know, it's the little steps and the little efforts that we are able to make. We don't see progress as rapidly as we would hope, but we do see progress. Oh, right. Got the gun. Last good thing on our good thing bingo card would be if Hirunda gets a job. That would, I think that would pretty well sort things. Honestly. Yeah. I'm not going to put that pressure on Hirunda, because I realize that there's a lot of stuff that just, like, he's not going to have a lot of control over. But if it works out, that would be a lovely thing to happen. There's a bunch of stuff to deal with. Job hunting is just like, it is such a farce. It honestly is. And you'll read in, like, the paper. Ooh, yes. You know, I should make a bingo card, honestly. Pancake says, I'm still pretty young. Evelyn says, I'm still pretty young, so hopefully as I get older things will improve. Still a teenager, very late teens, but still a teenager. Yes. You have a bright set of possibilities ahead of you. And I'm glad, as scary as this undoubtedly is, and as much of a fuck as the world is, I'm glad that you were able to come to this realization this early. And I hope this means that you have an opportunity to live a much fuller life from an earlier stage. I'm extremely glad that you didn't have to go through like 30 years of depression before you figured it out. 'Cause I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Giant's Chalice. It's the umbrella logo! What a surprise. But no, seriously, like, what do we do with this thing?
What's going on?
I don't know, Ethan. What do you think is going on? Ethan, tell us in your expert opinion, what do you imagine is going on? Also, I don't mind any slip-ups. It's a rather big change to something you're used to. Take your time and adjust at your own rate. I appreciate that. I do. It will take, hopefully not too long, because we've already kind of danced this rodeo with Quill. But it might take a little bit of time to see pancakes on the screen and just make that quick mental adjustment. But that's why I made my note. And I don't think it took us that long with Quill. I think it maybe took a couple of streams. So there's precedent, is what we're saying. Planning on changing the username soon. That will help. that will help an old woman and her rusty brain meats. But do that as well, like, at your own pace. There's no reason to rush on our account. Ethan's the kind of guy that watches a movie and his letterbox reviews are just saying how he watched the movie. Like, honestly, Alice, you're not wrong. Ethan is just, like, so boring. He's so just screamingly boring. Evelyn says, not sure what to, but it'll be amazing and awesome, I think. Maybe. Could be something cringy, who knows. You know what? Like, be cringy. By all means. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be cringy. Have your fun with it. We only get this this one chance. And if cringe makes you happy, like, fuck. Honestly though, really? Why does this... Where are we? Oh shit, we're in Castle Dimitrescu. Oh, lovely. It's locked from the other side. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What, like, what? Are you serious? Did we, like, forget to come down here or something and unlock it and now we're screwed? James Bond told me you only live twice, not once. I mean, James Bond would say just about anything to get into a pretty girl's pants, Alice, so I would, like, take it as a compliment, but also be like, it is James Bond. He is full of shit. Hive says my favorite Letterboxd review is the one by the person who hated Midsummer and led off by saying that they were watching it. While they were watching it, they saw the movie slowly. Wait. They saw the movie slowly cause the couple near him to break up. Oh my god. That shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it is. Ethan, it was like a 1 foot hop. Alice, he could be immortal and still full of shit. I mean, I think it's even more likely that he'd be full of shit. Evelyn says being cringy is great as long as it's not the bad kind of cringy. Well, yeah, but like, I kind of feel like that goes for most stuff. Like, as long as you're not being a bigot, you're usually in pretty good standing. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Really? Sure, fine. I guess. What? We're gonna have to get the cart off the thing? I guess? No, that didn't work. Oh, god damn it. Or maybe, like, if we get the cart down here, can we push it onto these tracks and get it the fuck out of the way? Puzzles. The game feels very ambivalent towards puzzles, to be honest. It just, like, randomly decides, oh, well, yeah, we probably ought to have one here. This is the place for puzzles. As James Bond once said, wait a minute, I didn't say this. As an Uncharted fan, I try to avoid games with puzzles these days. I mean, I've never played Uncharted, so I'm not sure. Should I read that as, like, Uncharted doesn't do puzzles and therefore it's enjoyable? Or should I read it as, like, Uncharted's puzzles are bullshit? Oh, platining them on crushing wasn't fun. That's fair. That sounds like shit. And that accomplished exactly fucking what? Uncharted has a lot of puzzles and they get really annoying. Or they can get really annoying. Does Uncharted... Do the puzzles in Uncharted, like... Do they change with difficulty? I remember Silent Hill 3 did that. I can't remember if any of the other Silent Hill games did that, but... I platted Uncharted 1 through 3 when it was free in 2020. Okay. Is Uncharted a game that you would recommend? Like, is that, like, we can't go any further into Castle Dimitrescu? I think later Silent Hill games had combat difficulty and puzzle difficulty as separate options. Maybe that started with 3 then. I honestly don't remember if that was a thing in 2. Evelyn says, nah, they stay the same, but they're really weird. Stuff you gotta look up at times. That can be definitely a pain. I could see that getting a bit old. Although I suppose as long as they're not Fez. Because Fez... Oh! Kettle! Probably gonna say hi before I go back to sleep. Attempt to anyways. Kettle, if you need to get sleep, please do. It's wonderful to see you, and I'm really sad that I'm not gonna be, depending on your streaming schedule, because I leave for work so early now, that I'm probably not gonna be able to drop in for streams unless our days kind of sync up, but I've always enjoyed them. And I'm glad that I had a chance to tell you, like, specifically with my mouth. I could, like, send you a DM and tell you that I enjoyed your streams, but it is nice to say something with your own voice. Also, can I say that I really appreciate that you just fill my Tumblr timeline with joy constantly? Because you do that. And I'm a big fan of that. Alright, so it looks like Dimitrescu's castle is locked, so that sucks. Hive says you can play God of War Ragnarok and have characters tell you the solution to the puzzle as soon as you see them, because they base their signposting and hand-holding on account of them seeing Darkside Phil stream the game and they pitch the game at the people of his level of attentiveness. Oh, we are in Dimitrescu. Okay. I don't know if this is like we needed to come back here. Probably we didn't. Oh wait. Maybe this is where we use the giant chalice. Kel says, "Oh, thanks, and I'm glad my shitposting and reblogging makes you happy. It feels less like screaming in the void." Like, there is a 90% chance that something that you've reblogged will bring a smile to my face, or at least be like, "Oh, this is an interesting thing. I'm really glad that I learned." And the 10% where it's not is just because it's stuff about fan fiction that I don't understand. And that's not on you. It's not even particularly on me. It's just like, that's not something I've ever followed. Alright, so clearly we gotta get these braziers to light. Did we do it? Did we get all of them? Hyde says, which is to say, people who actively and aggressively do not get the point of the games they're playing, then complaining the games don't let them, don't tell them what to do or that the games are too hard. Love that. That's great. Those are my favorite kind of gamers. And people thought it was a joke when this is mentioned, except one of the designers of God of War Ragnarok were giving a GD... Oh, fudge. Hold on. I got a stabby lass. Designers of God of War Ragnarok were giving a GDC talk and played footage from a DSP stream to support their decision. Ew. Pancakes says, I understand getting annoyed, since in Uncharted the puzzles that I hate are notorious, but I don't understand people beginning to get angry at stuff unnecessarily and throw their controllers and stuff. That's always just like silly as hell, honestly. Like, I've been peeved at games, but I don't think I've ever, even as a kid, I was never like controller throwingly peeved at games. That just seems goofy as hell. Kettle says, I'm glad I got to catch you stream, and I do hope I'll manage to stream when our schedules match up. I'm trying to revamp how I want my channel to go for the new year. It's a perfect time to do it. My friend, you just set yourself on fire. Wait. That is not fair. You are on active fire right now. You do not get to wipe your lips off when you're burning. I feel like your priorities are kind of skewed, but also screwed. But yeah, like it definitely does feel like a good time to re-examine like just what we want to be doing. Oh, I get it. Right, we need these dudes to catch on fire because they come in here and they light this thing on fire. Right. He's not gonna make it. Okay. Come on. You can do it. You're so close. You are so close. Look, that was easy. Are you gonna die now? Wait, are you the lucky one who stays alive? Are you the one who gets to live to tell the tale? I just got myself killed. As a disc guy, I found I'd have broken too many controllers at this point if it were like that. If I were like that? Golden Lady statue. She's a lady! Good old infinitely respawning zombie puzzle door. My old house used to have one of those. We had to change it for OSHA reasons, though. Oh, did they make you put railings on it? Because OSHA's a stickler about that. Is that, like, I guess all of this was just... This was just treasure? Oh, I hate that. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to let us into the castle proper. We'll never be able to see the Duke. I mean, we will, because the Duke's got his own little, like, horse and buggy, but... That ball is just going to sit in my inventory and mock me? I hate that. I hate everything about that. Right, and this is locked. Cool. Cool. That was the pit back there. Okay. I guess we gotta get back on the boat? If I remember where the boat is? Hive says, I think the like 1 or 2 times I got controller abusingly peeved at games was specifically where there were sufficiently non-responsive controls. I could see that getting on a person's tits, honestly. I'm trying. No, don't disembark. Get in the boat. Get in the chopper, which is a boat. I think the most frustrated I've gotten with a game was probably like when we were doing Indivisible, and I felt really bad about that because I feel like Kronos was maybe taking it. I don't think he was taking it personally, but I think he kind of felt like, I got the impression, although this just might have been my own social anxiety, like reflecting back at me, but I kind of got the impression that Kronos felt bad because he had recommended the game so strongly to us, and then we'd hit that brick wall at the end. I don't know if was a fair impression, but it was definitely like, then I felt bad because I felt like I was making him feel bad. Kel says the game looks fun, although the first-person perspective will make me super frustrated. It's a mixed bag, Kettle. Honestly, like, there are definitely elements of the game that are fun. It's got its moments where the cheese works. It does look pretty gorgeous, and that's definitely nice, but like, Ethan is a very frustrating protagonist because he is extremely tiresome, like, as a human being. There is a DLC that lets you play the game in the third person. Yes. I think... Don't quote me on this because I'm not 100% sure, Kettle, but I think that the most recent edition of Biohazard, Biohazard Village, might have that DLC, like, bundled in with it. Because I did notice that there was, like, a newer edition beyond the Z version that I've got. The Z version is just the unrated version for Japanese sales. But there was a different edition that was being sold that I hadn't seen before. Ethan's personality was planned DLC, but it got cut. Oh my god, Waspy! Waspy! You're not wrong. You're entirely 0% wrong. Duke, do you know what I'm supposed to do with this thing? No, clearly you do not.
Securing goods is more important than anything. Anything, my friend.
I'm pretty sure it was cut way earlier than that. Oh, what did I miss? Hold on a second. Also, interestingly, I don't know why, but your screen name changed color, and that's kind of neat. Okay, what we got? I can't imagine what type of rage people have to be bottling up to start breaking controllers, punching TVs, and punching holes in walls. A friend told me their brother literally broke their TV by punching it. I I I I I I I I will say this is not a proud moment, but I was in a very, very bad spot. This is in the before, but it was pretty late in the before, and I was this. I don't know how much of this I want to unpack. Let's just say things were really bad, and leave it at that. But I have actually like punched a hole in the wall before. Which, if you've seen my noodly arms, would shock you, and really speaks more to the structural disintegrity of Japanese apartments than it does to any particular strength that I have. I changed it because I remembered you could do that. Pink name color is cool. It does help to stand out. Because now I'm not going to glance over at my laptop and see the blue for Hive. And on my screen, because I know that the colors are kind of random depending on like who is looking at your screen. That's not what I mean. The colors that show up on your screen may not be the colors that show up on my screen, but on my screen they were both blue. I should watch Rikio. Like, I've heard things about that. Hive says I found more than one occasion to punch a hole in the wall. I too was in bad places both times. It was not as impressive as in Rikio. Oh, mine was not like super impressive. I'm just glad I didn't break my hand. Now the funny thing is that when I was actually being paid to break walls, I was probably in one of the like better like mental health states of my life. It wasn't great because I had the added stress of having to be kind of like what do you call stealth when you're not passing? Boy mode, I guess. I had to be in boy mode at that job, so that wasn't like super positive, but like I was overall in like a much more positive mental health state, and I've got this opportunity. It's like, go break shit, and I'm like, yeah, and I love it, but it's like I have no aggression to bleed out doing this. The boy mode and that one dude who you didn't want to talk to, yeah, that guy was like, I'm glad that he bounced himself out of that job, because like that would have been a problem. He was getting to be a problem. The I Am Suet gang. Like, are you talking about how my muscles are suet? It was coming to a head and then he went ahead and left. That's a good way to put it. And yeah, actually. I don't wish any particular ill on him, but he was definitely way too touchy. That bridge makes no sense. It does not. Kettle, it does not. That's the job that acquainted you with Sydney, right? Yes. Yes, it is. That is, that was, in fact, the particular job site that I got Sydney from. One of the like it's kind of funny because I never went back into my like Twitter archives. Like it just threw those things out into the void and just let them be in the void. But like it does make me a little bit sad that I don't have that
Don't worry about the
like history anymore, because like there was like a whole set of months where I was chronicling working on that job, and like the saga of actually getting Sydney, I remember like it took a while before we had actually cleared that hallway out enough that I could take I could take Sydney out of that what would you even call it, display case? Evelyn says, I don't think I could break a wall. My arms and hands are bony, and I have no reason to do it. My parents would probably be infuriated. So, oh well. With utter sincerity, I dearly hope you never find yourself in a spot where punching a wall is the only way that you have to bleed off the anger that you have in you that isn't self-harm, because it's a really shitty spot to be in.
Ah, Ethan Winters.
Oh god, Heisenberg.
I didn't
Heisenberg.
think you'd make it past Daughter Moreau, but I suppose you survived worse back in America, hmm? I like you.
Give me a
I'd like
second
to
and I
speak
will,
to you
Alice.
about Rose and Miranda. Oh, come on in. Don't worry. It's not a trap.
What are you planning?
Claire! Wonderful to see you. I hope that you're doing very well. Let me catch up what Alice has said, and then I will come back down. Alice says Ian Swit is a Hong Kong actor that has like a cult fan base around him. He's like the Hong Kong version of a character actor guy who shows up for 5 minutes in a lot of movies and is overall a weirdo in his first His first movie was Ricky O. Oh, so he's like the Hong Kong version of John Saxon. And I love that. I love everything about that. John Saxon and like Michael Ironside are very much and Dick Miller. But Dick Miller, I think, was able to achieve maybe a longer actual like cinematic oeuvre, where I feel like Saxon and Ironside both ended up doing a lot of TV as well, and Dick Miller generally I don't think did that. But like those are kind of like my go-tos for those. Oh, Lamb Slit. Want to watch Election at some point? Wait, the movie with Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon? Also, Claire, I hope that you're doing very, very well. I hope that life is treating you with kindness, is not giving you any more stress than you are capable of dealing with at the moment. The Triad Gang movie trilogy. Gotcha. I'm assuming not starring either Matthew Broderick or Reese Witherspoon. Also, am I misremembering that, like, Matthew Broderick has a vehicular manslaughter charge against him and was still kind of just bopping around Hollywood for a while? It's cold out, but my last day of a 4-day weekend, so it's all good. I have heard tell of the recent cold in the States, and that sounds just like a hellscape. He does. He was kind of a wreck after that for a while, though. I don't want to hope that anybody is a wreck, but you know, if you were drunk driving and ended up killing somebody, like, I kind of feel like he should maybe have to deal with a bunch of trauma for that. Evelyn says, sometimes I mix up a capital I and lowercase l. It happens to the best of us. I mean, you're not wrong. They're tricksy. English didn't have to be like that. English made choices to be like that. And I hate that, honestly. They're Undertale fonts. I shouldn't even make that joke because, like, honestly, I wouldn't know. I don't know a fucking thing about Undertale. Evelyn says it was extremely cold recently. What's the most temperature measurement used here? Is it Celsius or Fahrenheit? I feel like... we might be...
What the hell?
We might be kind of half and half.
Truth hurts, no.
Heisenberg's gonna be like a total goofball here.
Take me out like the others, and then he gets to go and save Rose, right?
I'm healing my daughter.
Look, you got this all wrong. Let me tell you. Shut your fucking hole!
That's Heisenberg's jet engine zombie, by the way.
Take a seat.
Heisenberg just happens to have a couple
Ethan,
jet
you're being
engine
played.
zombies.
What are you talking about? You think this is a game?
I said sit!
Breaking Bad 2 is looking good.
Ugly ass psycho doll. An embryonic freak. Don't you get it? It's a test.
Just gonna leave that open. The
See
zombies
if
can
you're
get
strong enough to be a part
get
of
at you that way.
Miranda's family.
I don't want to be
I
a
mean,
part of Miranda's family.
Neither
See,
do I, but here
safety.
we are.
Honestly,
And I'm next in line,
none of these people
right?
care about safety, Claire.
Kill me, move up the chain. Well, fuck that!
I don't give a damn about your personal issues. I just want to fix my daughter.
So do I.
This time he's going to break bad by
Any
becoming a
idea how
zombie.
powerful that kid
I mean,
is?
it would be a step up.
Miranda's scared of her.
His jet engine zombie that was taken from
Last
the
time you
European
freaked, I
World
swear
War
to
horror
God.
movie. Frankenstein's Army? Was it Hive? But I don't remember if Frankenstein's Army came out before or after this. Frankenstein's Army is a fucking lot, though.
Together, we can go save Rose,
It's-
and we can use her to grind
It's a
Miranda into
lot.
paste.
Capital
daughter
letters,
not a
capital
weapon.
letters, lot.
Fuck you.
Last chance. You
Came
know
out in
what I find
2013. Even better call Saul. Is Saul good at fighting jet engine zombies? It's like... Okay, I want to pause this for a second. Like, okay. Frankenstein's Army leans into and is everything that Overlord wishes that it had the chutzpah to be. And that means, like, everything that implies. 'Cause, like, you've got the just utter loathsomeness of we're going to use, like, concentration camps and, like, Nazi medical science as the backdrop of our movie, which, you know, is a lot. And it tries to get out of this problem of taking something that really shouldn't be used for this and just going absolutely wild with practical effects and creature design. And it has some of the most weird, inventive, out there mecha zombie designs on the table anywhere that I've seen. So you've got those two bits that are at war with each other. I didn't make that for the stealth pun. I still think that really we shouldn't be telling this story in this setting wins out over the coolness of the makeup work. But then, like, if you need to put a finger on the scale of, honestly, this movie needed way more work on the writing department. Your heroes are the Russian soldiers, and that's fine. Like, you know, Russia doesn't get enough props for their involvement in World War II. But, like, just the movie makes, like, every single one of the soldiers really, really gross. Like, even the soldier who's supposed to be, like, kind of the most heroic soldier in the end is just like, you made the really wrong moral choice in this situation, like, by any calculus. So there's that. So I can't really recommend the movie. It'd be very difficult for me to recommend the movie, but if you could find maybe screenshots. Hive says, anyway, the only movie I've ever seen that has Lam Swit in it was Kung Fu Hustle. Who did he play in Kung Fu Hustle?
Damn it! Shit!
Oh, right, we can crouch.
A dead end.
Damn
it!
Hive ranking member of the Axe Gang. Okay. Weirdly, there are 2 found footage fake documentary World War II Frankenstein horror movies. What was the other one?
What was that?
Because the only one that I can think of is Overlord. And Overlord wasn't found footage? Wait, was it? Was Overlord found footage? I don't think it was. Overlord was shit. Honestly. Like... I completely forgot what the fuck I was just gonna say. I had words. I had words and they are gone. Overlord has one thing to recommend it, and that's the plane ride over there. I'm gonna take your word on it, Hive, just because I don't remember. Evelyn says, I remember JoJo Part 2 made a Nazi one of the heroes. Part 2 is amazing and hilarious, but that was an odd choice on Araki's part. Never happened again. Didn't celebrate Nazi ideals or beliefs. Dude was literally a fucking robot with guns and shit, so yeah, take that however you want. It's really, really weird in my opinion. I've heard that. Like, I feel like that's something that people have kind of like recommended skimming over or skipping past when we've talked about JoJo in the past. Oh, you guys are like, you got glowy eyes, but you're still shit. No, I'm kind of shocked, but we're actually kind of keeping to our rough estimate for how long the game was going to take. Because I'm pretty sure that we should be able to do the factory in one more stream. Hive says it's before any of the
place is
Nazi
messed up.
zombie experimentation part, and it's
Gotta get
about like
upstairs.
10 minutes of building tension, and then the plane explodes when they're trying to jump out of it. This is a nice view, though. Also, okay, I was confused. The other one I was thinking of was a Frankenstein found footage thing, but not set in World War II. I was thinking of the Frankenstein theory. I mean, honestly, easy to get it mixed up. Which is about a film crew going to the Arctic Circle to find Frankenstein. Were they, wait,
Thanks
is this
to your consistent patronage, I've expanded my services.
wait, is this a,
Welcome.
what is the word that I want? Isco, what the fuck is the word that you want?
With this, you'll not worry about missing anything.
Were these, like, a modern found footage crew? Because that doesn't make any sense.
Unfortunately, it looks like you lack the space for that.
But, and were they expecting Frankenstein to still be alive? Because that seems
Please
weird.
let me know if you'd like to strengthen your weapons.
Yeah.
Do you have enough firepower? I can now offer an expanded weapon modification service.
It was made in 2013, so during the paranormal activity, more and more paranormal activity going around. You are a shotgun, which means that we could buy this shotgun. You are a handgun, which means we could sell, like, we just bought a bunch of shit though. Oh, wait.
Do you have enough firepower? Please come again.
Is this gonna be a Gremlin movie? Wait, what is a Gremlin movie? Like, is this a movie? Hold on a second. I remember this. Like the Ghoulies is a Gremlin movie? That kind of thing?
Shall I choose something for you?
Kettle says fatigue is hitting me like a freight train, so I'm going to say good night and good morning depending on your time zone. Catch you on the next stream. Kettle, thank you so much for dropping by. I do hope that you sleep well, that you have no trouble getting back to sleep, because I know that can suck. But thank you. Thank you so much. Alice says, I just saw a review of both it and Frankenstein's Army recently. It's, like, it's so weird how things will just keep on coming up as trends.
Dissatisfied? I believe this is a fair price.
Second thing, part of our Pinocchio thing came out yesterday. I have to listen to them both, Alice. Evelyn, but I mean, he's so, like, he just brings out that response. I would almost say like Ethan was custom designed for that response.
Do you have enough firepower? I can now offer an expanded weapon modification service.
He's so mildewy. You're not wrong, Hive. You're not wrong at all. Oh, right. We're gonna sell our guns. Drop off the tack. Drop off the... M11.
No longer need this?
And we can't drop... Oh, no, we can drop off, like, the good knife, but we can't drop off the shitty one. Well, I mean, any
Please let me know
service
if you'd
that's
like to
calling itself
strengthen your
Downcast
weapons.
does seem like a bit of a mistake.
You'll be slaughtering things in droves.
Like, we've made a service named after you feeling
Have a
bad.
wonderful adventure.
That's not something that would make me want to engage in services. I'd be like, no, that sounds shitty. I can feel bad on my own. Fair. Okay, that's fair. I can't believe we're playing Tetris again. This game has no fucking shame. It also has, like, no chill. Every single update of the Apple Podcast app either removed functionality or made it worse in some other way. Why do I feel like that's just... like, that's Apple in a nutshell. They can't just, like, leave fucking well enough alone?
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Not particularly. Their other apps have been pretty good. For real? I mean, like... I ain't been having too much fun with iTunes. Evelyn says, I imagine he's still protagonist in 9, maybe not. I don't know what happened canonically between 6 or 7. I don't know if Chris is still alive or if Leon still exists or anyone. Not a big Resi fan. Like, that's super fair. And it doesn't help, like, that there's a bunch of shit that's spread over semi-canon movies. We know that Chris is still alive because he shows up in the beginning of this game and kills your wife. And then just proceeds to be a jerk to you as he kidnaps you and your baby for no reason that he explains. And when you finally learn the reason for that, it's just the silliest shit in the world. You just want to reach through the screen and just slap him. Especially since, like, a big part of his arc in Resident Evil 6 is, like, learning to be a human being again and kind of getting over the mistakes of his past and not building up walls to protect himself from losses, because, like, his whole gig is that he keeps on losing basically everybody who's put into an assault team with him. And he takes it really, really hard. And, like, Resident Evil 6 is like, Chris learns to let go. And maybe kind of forms a sub-Rosa queer-baiting bond with a partner who gets killed, but this time he's okay with it-ish. And then he shows up in this and he's like Liam Neeson with no fucking neck. Resi 7 and Village basically throw out all the good character work that was developed during the preceding games, and I 100% guarantee it's because people kept talking about how they hated Resident Evil 6. Like, that was about the only good thing about Resident Evil 6, is that, like, some of these characters actually had arcs and kind of tied up their issues. That wasn't the problem with the game. Fuck yeah, Chris Redfield, wife killer. I mean, he did kill Wesker in 5, so he's got to kind of keep up the tradition. Wasby says, Chris is like, no time to explain. Gotta kill your family, bro. That's exactly it, though. Like, it's so out of nowhere and out of character. His appearance in the Resi 7 DLC took everyone by surprise because he looks so different. He looks like Liam Neeson if Liam Neeson just like added on a ton of mass. Evelyn says, I played Resi 6 demo on PS3 with like no prior context of the timeline. It was weird. That would, yes, that would be a lot. As the kids say, that would be a lot.
Please let me know if you'd like to
We say he looks like Chris Redfield if Chris Redfield lost a ton of mass. But then he took like all the mass that he kept and he put it in his fucking neck. Which is not a healthy look. I don't know, it's just like... It's a very weird direction that they decided to take things in. Did I come from here? Oh, Arachno! How you doing? I hope life is being very kind to you. I hope you're not getting any bullshit. It is always lovely to have you here. And I will accept no substitute? That doesn't... I don't think that makes sense, but... These guys got fucking 1950s VR goggles? They're not even 50s. It's totally Nazi VR goggles. As the kids say, it'd be quite a bruh moment, unless it's outdated. Bruh moment is like 4 years old or so. I mean... Evelyn, you're talking to someone who still uses shitty slang from the 90s, so I wouldn't beat yourself up over that one. What did I missed something that you said, though, Arachno. I liked it well enough, but it was the first full Resi game I ever played. The only other thing I played at that point was a Revelations DS demo. Like, 6 is a hell of a deep end to jump in. Because it is so just sprawling. It is so miserably sprawling. I mean, I guess, like, you didn't really have a lot of choice in the matter, but... I do feel like there's the possibility of a good game in 6. It needs a lot of digging to get to. Six was everything wrong with that era of Capcom, but also some good too. I played a bit of Resident Evil on GameCube, but I got completely stuck and gave up. I didn't play another until 7 unless DMC game counts. I mean, I think we could count DMC games. They were supposed to be Resi games. Jesus. Is this, like... Is this gonna be... This is a puzzle. I do think that, I do think that the Resi remake on GameCube is fabulous. I think it is one of the better remake games, just in general. But it is definitely of the era of not fucking around. Evelyn says, I remember I played the Resi Revelations demo too, and when I found out it was on DS, I watched a video showing DF's gameplay, and the comments were all about the girl's ass in the game, and it made me uncomfortable. That's a mood. Like, that's a total mood. Once again, YouTube commenters being YouTube commenters, and that sucks. I don't know who is in Revelations. Like, you've got Claire is in one of them, and I can't remember if Jill is in one of them or not. And you've also got Barry's daughter, and Barry's daughter is a playable character at some point as well. Ada was in 6. Wait, what did I miss? What started in 5? Was it the ass thing starting in 5? Because, like, that was, I kind of feel like Resi's always had a... Oh! Okay, yeah. Yeah, because you wouldn't have played Ada yet. Ada as a playable character isn't until 6? Wait, no, hold on a second. You've got Ada as a playable character in 4. Because she's got the story that actually explains what the fuck happened in 4. Oh, Des, it is wonderful to see you. I hope you're doing very, very well. Hope life is being kind to you. It is a pleasure to see you here, as always.
Did he do this too?
Well, who the fuck else did you think did it, Ethan? Have you seen any danger doctors besides Heisenberg running around? Have you run into any other Nazi gremlins? Because it's pretty much just fucking him. I've only ever seen the, I've only ever seen Let's Plays, but I don't know if they were of the actual DS version, Evelyn. Like, because Revelations eventually came out on... Can I kill you? Please tell me I can kill you. Eventually came out on other systems. Also, I got this guy with a giant drill for an arm, so I might not be able to be as responsive. Are you gonna kind of do your thing? Okay, like, what the fuck was that, honestly? Could you? Yes? Okay, I'm not... Clearly I'm not doing this well. No, not that.
Surprise me anymore.
That's it? It's fucking Ethan. Just whatever. Des says, my brother made me 2 martinis last night. I just about made it up the stairs to bed without falling over. I am glad that you did, Des. I don't want you falling over. That doesn't sound healthy. Especially not, like, upstairs. If you mean Rev, it really is a good-looking game, but the ass comments make it weird. Yeah, like, no. Evelyn, you're 100% on point there. Gamers needing to make it a thing. Ha! Look who's startled now. Like, honestly, Wasby, he can't even make, like, a quip. You would think if you're gonna do the thing, like, if you're gonna be the quippy jackass, like, you could at least try. He doesn't even try. Also,
seems useful.
Our man just picked up a fucking he picked that up out of a hot fucking mold. right there, like, just with the hands. Just straight up with the hands. I can't even touch a potato out of the oven. The lightsabers went down with my, well with my kids and husband. Also a broken ceiling light in my parents' house from it. I mean, you know, I kind of feel like that comes with the territory when you're training Jedi. Luke surely busted up a few of Yoda's lanterns first time through. And if Luke couldn't have gotten it right, I don't see why you should expect your kids to. Ooh, F for the light. That's an F. Ethan's the kind of guy who could drink poison and just say, damn, this is a terrible drink. Yeah, like it wouldn't be anything cool. It wouldn't be like, ooh, goes down smooth. Ah. It would just be like, oh, this sucks. Was everyone a good question, Hive? I think we're supposed to be able to shoot those things, but I'm clearly not getting it right. Well, I suppose as long as you didn't taft it up, that's probably okay. I guess you could have Truman'd it, but honestly, I don't know any way to make ex-president names into a funny joke that would go with your situation, Des, so just assume that I said something funny there. See, because Hoover was a president of the US type of thing. My son got a retro Game Boy from my sister. I'm very jealous. A retro Game Boy? In cold blood? It's okay. Like, honestly, it's fine. Unless you're thinking of a different Truman Capote book. It's like, oh, well done, Ethan. It's a true crime book. It's not bad. It just kind of is. I remember being really disappointed about it, just because it had a reputation, and I thought it was going to be this like big super thing, and it just kind of it existed. It's a narrative nonfiction book, and that's what had me interested. It's fair. Like, actually, it's been so long since I've actually read Wisconsin Death Trip. Now I don't remember if there's an actual narrative in it, or if it's just accounts. I should see if I can't find a copy. You unlocked it. Don't you feel special? It takes me back to being a kid when I didn't read fiction. Okay. You know, like, I can't say anything against that. I mean, I could, but I would be an asshole. And I try not to be that particular brand of asshole. Mechanical part. Why would I read child appropriate books when I could read cool shark facts? I mean, honestly though, yeah. And generally, like, adults will let you read that shit. You can get away with reading, like, all kinds of wacky stuff as long as it's not fiction. But heaven forbid you try to get your aunt to loan you Cujo. And, you know, no, that's going to be too scary for you, Risco. Which, honestly, props to my aunt for that one. She made a good call, even though I didn't appreciate it at the time. Because while Cujo is not particularly scary, I do think that the child death would probably have fucked my shit up. Seeing as reading Pet Sematary in junior high school was not great for young squirrel. That was perhaps a bad choice. So, actually, yeah, I resented my aunt at the time, but she made the right decision there. Good job, Aunt. Wait, didn't I just come from here? Oh, for fuck's sakes! Ethan, please! I hate this. I mean, he does deserve it, but I kind of want to, like, I want to be roughly contiguous to someplace where we might be able to save. We're not in, like, the tie a bow on things stage yet, but we are approaching, so we don't want to get, like, too deep in the weeds. But he does deserve it. Oh! Before I forget, I made fabulous soup today, and it was really good. And I was deeply pleased. I haven't made soup in a while. Now granted, soup isn't really, strictly speaking, all that different from other recipes that I make, but it is nice to know that I could still, you know, make it. It's the first time that I've had carrots in a while. I feel very beta. Does Tumblr work like Twitter? Because I'm missing you on the Twitters. It, ish, Des. It works kind of like the Twitters. It's more of a blog and not a microblog, so my posts do tend to be longer, but they also tend to be a little bit more infrequent because I only really post when I have the energy to kind of say something, usually. Although I did post about the lube the other day. And flying centipedes. I did post about flying centipedes today, so okay, so maybe it's not always when I have something of weight to say. I have noticed that, like, on one hand, like, Tumblr seems very queer-friendly, which is really cool. I super appreciate that, but, like, it also feels like really, really horny, and almost to the point where, like, I don't necessarily want to follow some tags that I do want to follow because there's a 75% chance that it'll just be porn adjacent, which is not, like, not really something that I need. Hive says, Tumblr works like an unholy concoction of part Twitter, part DeviantArt, part fanfiction forum, and part live journal. Yes. I want to quick catch Evelyn's as well. At this point, I question if you all take pleasure in whether, whenever Ethan gets hurt. I don't think it's my place to judge whether that's a good or a bad thing. I mean, a little bit. A little bit. Evelyn, a little bit. I don't take pleasure so much as, like, he does deserve it. Tumblr is an unholy concoction of horny impurity warriors. Yes. Also, like, randomly TERFs. And I could do without them. He deserves to be put out of our misery, honestly. Evelyn says, honestly, I find social media to be a nightmare, and I usually don't have stuff to post, so I have a dead Instagram account and Twitter account, and don't have anything else and probably won't use them. That's, like, super fair. And I don't, like, my Tumblr's not super active. One thing that I have found that I do like about it is that I can post up, when I do my, like, archive posts for the little bite-sized archive series, I can post them in, like, chunks of 10 and have links to all 10 episodes and then just have, like, a little blurb about each one, which is kind of cool. I do like doing that. And I do like that there are, like, some folks who are still into Little Big Planet. And they at least seem to like my posts, if not very often responding to them, but, like, they click the like button, which is kind of nice. Although, on the other hand, because Tumblr is Tumblr, and Tumblr is horny, there's... I think I mentioned this on the last stream, but there is some stuff about Marlon Random that I just don't know how to take. Some people have feelings for Marlon, is what I'm saying. And I don't think they're healthy. Oh, Jesus! What the fuck? Dude, I was just going to try to find a fucking save. You are so... Holy shit, you are just working it. That's a deep dive. Good job on you. Holy shit. That was not expected. Does this guy not die? Is this the same one, or is this a new one? For me, I don't see the appeal of things like Snapchat, TikTok, and the like, so it's best, it's for the best for my mental health that I avoid them always. That's super valid. Oh, we are definitely not in family-friendly mode. This is, no, we're shooting things, they're exploding, there's blood and guts and viscera and, like, Chris Redfield being an asshole. This is not family-friendly. But, you know what? Arachno? Honestly, thank you for checking. That is appreciated. Also, Heisenberg is so inventive that he named his zombie soldier Soldier. Just in German, you know, but, like, it's like, way to go, Heisenberg. Just, you really sell it. Please, for Christ's sakes, let me get near a fucking save spot. I ask so little. My daughter, she is very sick. Arachno says, I kind of like Ethan, and in series full of badasses like Ada, Chris, Leon, and Claire, it's nice to see a normal-ass dude look at all of this absurd stuff and just say, fuck all of this. You know, That's not unfair. I will grant that. It's not unfair. My issue with, like... My issue with that is that, like... He's just... He feels very emotionally dead, and that translates into him being, like, just very dishwatery. Nah, like, I mean, I know you're just making a joke. Evelyn, I know you're just making a joke, but, like, unless somebody has got, and this is kind of like an overarching philosophy of life, I guess, but, like, unless somebody is just actively being a bigot or is actively harming somebody with their take, I'm not going to get on anybody's case for not having opinions that dovetail with mine, because I ain't got the perfect read. Never have. Last piece is I liked Ethan in Resident Evil 7. I think the more he tries to be action protagonist, the worse that he gets. You know, that's interesting, because, like, I never had the experience of Resident Evil 7, so I can't really, like, I can't make that comparison. I feel kind of like, in 8, at least, Ethan is... Ethan is kind of like, is James Sunderland, but not dealing with trauma? Like, he has all the trauma that Sunderland has, but, like, he's not dealing with it in any kind of, like, recognizable way, where, like, James is shitty. James is a shitty, awful person, and he deserves to eat shit in Silent Hill. But, like, I could see James's response to what he's done, and I could see him being fucked up in his actions, and it's like, I don't get that from Ethan. Ragnar says, I think I like him because when he says corny and stilted dialogue, I stop and think, yeah, I'd probably said the same thing. Like, that's a fair read. That's a super fair read. Please, just, honestly, I want to go to a safe spot. It is becoming necessary. Does this, like, can we loop back around to where the elevator is? Because the safe spots are all on the elevators. Fuck. Fuck the factory, though. You're gonna hear me saying that a number of times during this. I will still enjoy myself, but, like, honestly, the factory is really weird from a level design standpoint, because up until this point, the game is very zippy. Like, it moves through at a really decent clip. And then you hit the factory, and it's just like, it feels honestly like you're running into a wall. I might just take a quick skim through a walkthrough so we don't spend too much time just running around in circles, because it's really easy to just get yourself turned around in this section. Arachno says it's a shame that the best of the lords, besides Lady D, got the worst segment of the game. Yeah, like, you're not wrong. I'm trying to think, like, I think the only of the lords that I really don't like at all is Moreau, and it's less specifically about Moreau's character and more that he's just a giant pile of, like, ableist and sanist bullshit. So there's that. Like, Donna's like goofy and weird, and it feels like Donna is living her best life. And I appreciate that for Donna. Like, she's got a house full of spoopy dolls, and she's got drugs that can make people hallucinate so that she can do her spoopy doll shit. And she just giggles and laughs all the time, and she's just having like a great time. And I really appreciate that. Lady D is a little bit sad because she doesn't seem happy with her lot in life. Like, she's really pining for recognition from Mother, and she doesn't... It's weird because it's like, she's pining for the recognition from Mother that her daughters give to her. And I wonder if there's like a meta commentary there. Like, I wonder, like, but she seems to clearly love her daughters. And there's at least like the hints of a found family there, if she could just get over her shit with Miranda. So I appreciate that. Also, like, she's classy, fabulous design, she's got, you know, 90 alt-rockers for daughters. Like, all that's great. Heisenberg's a Nazi, and that fucking sucks. He's also like a terrible ham, and he specifically calls out Chris as being a boulder puncher, which is hilarious. So, I appreciate Heisenberg. But his section is like, oh god. It's awful. Heisenberg is like, it's at least implied that Heisenberg's a Nazi. I'd have to go look it up again, but there's like stuff about his dog tags and his character design that calls back to Nazi uniforms. Also that he's got the name of a Nazi scientist. And just the whole, like, Wehrmacht vibe of the thing. I'm gonna skim up because I did miss a couple of stuff. Wasby says Ethan's one-liner after Moreau was the point at which I went from not being sure about Ethan in a Resi 8 to, wow, what an asshole. Seriously, though. Like, Wasby, seriously. Evelyn says Ethan's probably just written to be dead inside. But, like, okay, so here's the weird thing, right? Like, you're not necessarily wrong about that, Pancakes, but, like, Ethan has been given this, what should be a extremely motivating character hook. Like, he sees his wife killed. His daughter is kidnapped. He finds that his daughter's being vivisected. But he's got the key to, or at least he's promised the key to saving his daughter. Like, okay, dad saving daughter is, it's Silent Hill 1, but like, there's a hook there. Like, you could see that being motivating to a person. So it's really weird that he's like this, that he's so non-reactive when he ought to be reactive. Des, thank you so much for popping in. I always appreciate it, and I hope that you have a wonderful night. I did want to catch, because I missed something else. And then I'm going to have to start putting a bow on things, because we are at the 3-hour point. Wasby said, I do think there's an argument for Ethan being more and more bad one-liner happy and such as time goes on as an attempt to deal with and detach himself from all the traumatic shit. Fair. And, I mean, that's kind of a similar character arc that Leon has. Which, again, is like, that's another issue with Resident Evil 8, is it's got all these callbacks to Resident Evil 4, which, while I don't think I cottoned to Resident Evil 4 as well as most people did, but that's also probably because I came to it 20 years too late. Like, I can recognize it as being like a far more influential game, a far more impactful game, and just got a lot more going on. So if your game is just constantly calling back to a better game, that's kind of a problem. Evelyn says, I thought of a new username. I'm gonna change that quickly. Roger that. Hive says, I've broken up my message into multiple shorter messages in the hopes that it won't get eaten by Twitch for being too long now. Resident Evil Village feels weird beast because it feels like it's carrying on the hellbilly kind of aesthetic of 7, but trying very hard to marry it with the peculiar brand of 80s horror camp that the older RE games tapped into. And then also trying to tap into the 80s action movie camp aesthetic that RE4 tapped into, and then also tries to make it seem like he's a bumbling everyman. So Ethan is an anchored figure in a world full of camp that is pushing further into camp because that's what the writing demands of him, and it feels half-hearted. And that half-heartedness makes it feel calculated and cynical, and I think that is what makes Ethan feel more spiteful in this game. Like, that gets a total and unironic clap from me. Hive, that's a good read. I feel like that's a really good read. Evelyn says, never mind, need to put out my password, which I forgot, need to find the email that I used. Maybe it's for the best, Evelyn, because I am going to be putting a bow on things now, so you could surprise us with your new name, well, your new username on the next stream, which will be Administrata, will be Thursday. We'll be doing more of Ethan, so we could finally talk about the Phil Tippett movie that I watched a couple days ago and we never talked about, because that's a lot. In fact, it's so much of a lot that I don't know if we're going to be able to talk about it very much, because, like, I don't know if I can say anything about that movie that will make any sense at all. It is extremely an experience to be experienced. That's not to say that Ethan can't be read as bumbling man who is trying to be super cool and is just being super corny about it. It's fair. Yes. It's a good reminder. Let me put the bow. I've had a wonderful stream tonight. We were blessed with some amazing news from Evelyn. We were blessed with some extremely good news from Alice. We've got hopeful news from Hirunda, like toes crossed. Good news from Floppable as well, getting over the COVID. Like, there's been a lot of really good news tonight. This has just been a very... I don't know how y'all do it, like if you just knew that I was in a bad spot today, but my mood has just improved over the course of this entire stream. It has been wonderful, and I really, really appreciate that. So I will ask you, as always, to please be taking care of yourselves, like the physical needs. Get yourself the water, the electrolytes. Get some food in your bellies at least once a day, even if it's not particularly great food, just to have something for your bodies to process. If you've got medications, try to be taking them as close to schedule as your brain meets will let you remember. And remember that you are in this world, and you are existing in this world, and you are touching people, and you are making people's lives better. And there are people that want your life to be better. And I'm one of those people, but I'm not the only one. So, that pretty much does it from us here. This go about from me, Risco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be. Thank you, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.